Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. It is part 2 on building this Hummer EV RC truck for AxialFest 2025. Let's not waste any time and get straight back into this video series. Alright guys, next day here, and I'm over here at Wyatt's house because last night I managed to get these frame rails chopped in half there. So these are the Axial rear ones, and then we have the Element front ones. And so I'm over at Wyatt's house because he's gonna go ahead and tack these up. I can stick weld, he can MIG weld, so we're gonna MIG weld these suckers together and I'll show you how it goes. Alright guys, it's not only real life 4x4s that get work done in here, it's also tiny RC frame rails. Show them those beads. Look at that. So to give you guys an idea, rear axial frame rails, front Element gatekeeper rails, and look at that, welded by Wyatt. Heck yeah. So we're gonna go home, get these thrown together, and see how they work. Thanks, Wyatt.
Yep.
All right, now before we get started in part 2, if you have not yet seen part 1, I strongly suggest going back and watching that video. I'll make sure to leave a link down below to where you can go check that out. It's got a lot of great information, and it's honestly where this truck came from. So go watch that. Now let's get started into today's video. All right guys, so since the part 1 video of this truck came out, a bunch of parts came in the mail. And of course this truck would not even be together without Wyatt welding up those frame rails for me. So thank you, Wyatt. But moving on to the truck here. So the IFS 2 kit came in the mail. This is a brand new release from Element. And before I get too detailed, I just want to mention, although this truck is for AxialFest 2025, it is very much Element based. And it is barely passing AxialFest tech restrictions, so meaning I can still get this truck through tech inspection. But anyway, so the IFS 2 is going to be so much better than the IFS 1. That's what's on the Chevy back here, and I'll pop up a picture showing what I mean, just because the IFS 2 here on the Hummer is going to have so much more ground clearance with that bottom skid plate being up higher. But here on the bottom I have the IFS 2 kit. And then I have the new StealthX transmission, also from Element, and that's leading back to the front axle of a Axial SCX-10-2 kit. And with that being said, I have to use front shock towers, and those are made by Rock Pirates RC. But of course, with that being said, even though the StealthX transmission is super scale and low profile, I still had to trim part of the back seat out and the bed because of the Rock Pirates shock towers being made for the front, but I used them in the rear. So anyway, the body is actually mounted on the chassis. It's magnets in the front, and that actually, it's super flush with the front bumper right here, which is also Element. Actually made for a 4Runner, but it works perfect on this Hummer. So guys, I hope you guys stick around for this build series. I'm super excited for this one. I have a lot more parts on the way. Sadly, I can't do any more in this video, but like I said, give you guys an update. Now you know, and I hope you guys stick around for part 3. We'll see you guys in the next video.